Oh, I'll stop. I don't mind. I don't mind. In fact, I'm not married because I've not met, someone as fine as you. Okay. Do you have a brother?
Lies We Tell Ourselves is the movie I'm reviewing today. The producers of this movie is Ebube, Nwagbo, and Uchenabunabo. Executive producer is Ebube Nwagbo. Director of this movie is Efosa Emmanuel. And the story is written by Karina Jacobs. A quick recap of this movie is two single individuals who fell in love with themselves meeting during church service. Now, both of them lived separate and different lives from how they met in church. Got married and they found out that they were lying to themselves. Basically, that's what this movie is about. What I like about this movie, let's talk about story and message of this movie. This movie is actually very relatable. I mean, we all, reach a certain point when we need a partner. Or there's this notion that, a lot of ladies end up being at church to look for a partner. Now, what most people do not talk about is that men also attend church, or men in middle life crisis also looking for partners also end up going to church because they are also looking for partners, and this movie talks about that. So that's a good one right there. I love the way the message was passed across and the delivery of how the movie was put together. So this movie is quite worth the watch. So if you haven't watched it, please check Uchenna Bonabo's YouTube channel. That is where you find Lies We Tell Ourselves. Let's talk cast, performance, and directing of this movie in general. My utmost character that I really love in this movie is the character called Pinky. One thing I noticed is that her costume in this movie was all pink because her name is Pinky, and I love her character so much. She was very funny, she was very intentional, she was very relatable, she was fun, and also delivery of her lines was not a mistake at all. I don't know, I've not seen her in movies before. This is the first time I'm seeing her, and after watching her in this movie, I was like, okay, it seems like she needs to act more so I can have a very vivid understanding of her character in movies. But in this particular movie, she was one character that I really enjoy so much. I love every scene that she was in, and I love her accent. I mean, her tonation of the English language. I really love the way she spoke in this movie. So yeah, she was one character that I love so much. Another character I love so much is Rumi. Her name is Saleya. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. She looks really beautiful. Her makeup artist in this movie or on this set was the best. She's also another very talented and underrated actress in Nollywood YouTube space. I really hope that she can be getting more roles or even lead roles actually. She nailed her character. She was the good best friend in this movie, and she nailed it. She was actually married, so she understood the concept of marriage and being yourself in marriage, and she brought that into her friendship with Ebube in this movie. And I love the concept of one bad friend, one good friend, when it comes to Nollywood movies presentation, and that was really what they did in this movie as well. And I love everything about Wumi's character in this movie, and her outfits were on point, makeup was on point. I just love the way her character was put together. I love the way she was presented in this movie. Then we talk about Ebube, the executive producer of this movie. I actually enjoyed her in this movie. That was another surprising. At first, I wasn't really getting the character she was trying to portray until I saw the switch, and I was like, okay, give me what I want. That was something I wasn't expecting at all, because when the movie started I was thinking, okay, the title always is just talking about Maurice. Oh yeah, so I was just like, okay, yeah, we get it, he's the only one lying to himself, until I saw the switch. I was like, okay, I love that. So yeah, when Ebube switched her character, I love that was a surprise for me in this movie actually. And her character was really sweet for me to watch when she was a Christian. So when she switched back to the bad hood girl, that was also a very nice character that she was playing. So yeah, she was one character that I also enjoy in this movie. Last but not the least character that I really enjoy in this movie was the first girlfriend of Maurice Sam in this movie. I don't know her enough. I mean, I don't recall her name, but I love the way she presented herself in this movie. She looks so beautiful as well. She's really a very beautiful young lady. I don't know if she has been acting before or this is her first role. I don't know. Actually, the first time I'm seeing her in a movie, and trust me, I enjoyed her. I actually was looking forward to more scene of her. That was a surprise thing. Her accent, her tonation, her beautiful face, and obviously she has the banging body as well. So her act was really put together very well, close to her. So Pinky and her, I really look forward to at least seeing them more in Uchenna Bonabo's movies, because I think Uchenna Bonabo is the casting director. I don't know. Yes, producers. He's also casting them. So I really hope that even that Uchenna Bonabo use Pinky and her in more subsequent movies that they will produce. So yeah, in terms of acting performance, those are the characters that was okay for me, that I actually enjoyed in this movie. Talking about location of this movie, I quite love the location in this movie because when it comes to locations, hardly when they talk about certain things in this YouTube space, we don't see locations of them, we just assume them, especially church scene. This movie gave us a church location, Sunday services, not once, not twice. That was really, really recommendable. I really applaud Ebube for doing that. That was really nice, because this movie was actually centered around church. So if I didn't see church as a building, I would have been so disappointed. But they came correct. They brought in location for church, pastor, church members, prayer session, car park scenes. That was really beautiful. And after church service, we see interactions between church members. Everything of that was in this movie, and that was really beautiful. I was looking forward. I was like, okay, let me not say there wouldn't be church in this movie. That was really nice. So there was church location, and everything regarding church was presented in this movie, and that was really, really, really nice. But another locations in this movie was also quite recommendable as well. The cinematography of this movie, it was perfect for me, because they did not use unnecessary color grading or looking for a certain color pattern or beautification of this movie. This movie was crystal clear. Size of this movie was perfect. What I mean, size of this movie, I'm talking about the 6.9. There's no black left behind. The size was perfect. Then the length of this movie was perfect as well. No 2 hours yada 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 anything at all. They did everything within 2 hours, or it was even less. That was really good. I keep saying that a good story can be told in less than 2 hours, and I think this is one of them as well. So kudos to Ebube. She produced a very good movie right there. Now, one of my best scenes in this movie was the restaurant where she went to meet one guy who was crushing on her or wanted to get to know her. And when she was there, the guy came in, and the guy was a midget. Guys, when Ebube laughed, I laughed. That was my best scene in this movie. I came in, I was like, oh, this is not it. And Ebube laughed. That was actually a very hilarious in a good way or in a bad way, depending on how you want to look at it, guys. So yeah, that was one of my best scene in this movie. Then lastly, what I want to talk about in this movie that I love is the costume in general. The costume wise, everybody actually came correct. From Pinky, like I said, you know, she was wearing good pink out sexy dresses in this movie. Then we talk about Ebube herself, from her church outfit to when she switched to sexy Ebube. Everything was on point, costume wise, makeup wise. Let's talk about things that I don't like about this movie. I'll start with the last scene where, you know, Maurice came to apologize and stuff. At a point in the conversation and everything, I was expecting the father, or that's Ebube's father, that's Chief, to leave the scene, but he was standing throughout, and this man had problem with his legs. Maybe after apologizing, you could have said, okay, let me excuse you guys to have your moment and stuff like that, because after apology, what else? They're just going to talk about lovey and stuff, and that was exactly what's happening. He was standing there throughout that scene, and I was like, nah, this is what I don't like. So another thing I didn't like was Maurice's best friend, the character, you know, I forgot his name, he was also talking about marriage, and I was thinking he was married even to Wumi or something. That was what I was thinking as well, but he wasn't. But I don't like his character. I didn't enjoy what he was doing. I didn't enjoy his character because his character was quite confusing for me. Was he impacting Maurice's life in this movie positively or negatively? Which one was he playing? Which character? Oh, he was on a collabo. So I didn't enjoy that specifically because he was switching today. He was like, okay, let's chill. Tomorrow it's like, okay, be with your wife. Like, which one is it? Something that I was really not getting the character he was playing at all. And the last thing that I didn't enjoy in this movie was one of the numerous girlfriend of Maurice. One of the girls was how she dressed. Her costume, that person's costume was bad. I'm assuming maybe because they portray her as an illiterate. She was trying to speak good English, so that was another confusing character. Her outfit or her costume was bad. Her accent she was trying to using those in that scene was bad, but aside that, it was a good scene actually. But yeah, that was something that I did not enjoy at all. Last but not the least thing that I didn't enjoy, the scene where Maurice was caught drinking alcohol. He was lying. That was an obvious lie. That scene doesn't make sense when you think about it, because you were caught in the act just drinking alcohol and you are pretending, saying that you are testing the alcohol. You don't drink alcohol. No, that scene is as if you are speaking or you are acting the movie for dumb people who don't think. Like, let the scene make sense. Don't make your audience don't have sense that they are thinking. That particular scene doesn't. It was so childish. It was not make believe. Yeah, that scene was not making sense at all. Other scenes regarding their lives was kind of make believe, and that was okay. But that particular scene, for me, I didn't find it funny. It wasn't interesting because it was as if they are playing on my intelligence, as if what I'm watching is not. It doesn't make sense. Even both of them in that scene, they do not make sense to each other, and that was not a make-believe. You know what I mean? So yeah, next is Maurice. Obviously Maurice, you know, he has been in tons of you know, YouTube movies. So when I'm talking about Maurice in movies these days, I really do not find any challenging roles about him, because he's always in numerous or number of movies, and most of the characters are just the same. Like, there is really no twist or challenging role for him. So I really find it hard to say something about him, something exciting. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. But it's the same Maurice. Nothing really has changed. The character is the same, lover, you know, playboy, that kind of thing, and that was exactly what he did here. Nothing above or below average, just the average Maurice we see in other movies. So that was basically, he was just an okay character. In all, the movie is, you know, an average movie, so I'm giving it a 5/10. It's a good watch, it's interesting, it's a little bit comic here and there, and it's very relatable if you watch it. And thank you guys so much for watching this quick movie review that I did on Lies We Tell Ourselves. I'll see you guys in the next movie review.